everybody. All right, so today let's just talk about something different, but still within the same genre and all that good stuff. As always, if this is the first time you're coming across my channel, hit that subscribe. I want to thank everybody for watching because we're finally past 1,900 subscribers. Incredible. And we're almost at the 2K mark. And that's incredible to see because it just shows that people are interested in stuff like that. So look, let's just talk about some stuff real quick. First things first, let's talk a little bit about Hasbro. It's interesting with them. What's going on, Slipknot? Appreciate you for tuning in, for watching as we wait for these notifications and everybody to start coming in and all that good stuff. Sean, what up? Appreciate y'all. Shane, what up? Appreciate you for watching also. Yeah, we're just here talking a little bit of a different topic, but as you can see, um, yeah, okay, about that yesterday stream, I decided to take it down just because it was a little bit too hardcore. But yeah, if you were able to catch it, good. And what I'm gonna start doing is when I do like rated R type if you want, and then if you watched it, you watched it. If you missed out, you missed out. So like apparently I'm having connection problems again. So just in case if it starts losing the connection, bear with me. But again, this is not a coincidence. All right. It's crazy, yeah, I see the comments and stuff from everybody. It's just hard to keep up with everybody and things like that. So let's just talk about a few things. Like I said, first things first, I want to talk about to all the collectors that are out there and stuff like that. Let's talk real quick about Hasbro because this is a topic that I need to talk about. And we'll get into Marvel and DC in a few. I just need to talk about this real quick. So with the whole thing with Hasbro and that Lyle Kaiser Transformer that just got funded, it's crazy because they literally got funded for a transformer that literally is over $300. And I get it, it's a Takara exclusive and all that stuff. Whatever. Look, I'm a Transformers fan, but I'm not backing this one up. And this whole wallet's closed from DC is starting to grow and it's starting to expand to everywhere in different markets. And with this thing, what they're doing right now at Hasbro is just that they're pretty much scalping the customer and they're trying to rip us off. But at the same time, it is what it is. But we have to understand, there's still a market out there for fans that like these type of things when it comes to collectibles and things like that. I'm one of them, but I'm passing on this one just because one, it takes too long once you pay them. Like for example, I'm still waiting for Omega Prime. That's like I think it was in 2023 that it got funded or sometime. So it takes about like 2 years, almost 2 years and a half. I'm like I don't have patience for that no more. I want to talk, and we're gonna jump into Marvel Legends real quick. Still, because it's with Hasbro. Look, let's be real. This whole market, this whole industry is slowly collapsing. I'm sorry to burst the bubble, but that's what this industry is right now. It's just collapsing. And the more that these companies keep on putting out product and putting out content or whatever it is that they're doing, they really have no clue. Marvel Legends have gone up in price. I get it, the plastic has gone up, materials have gone up. But if McFarlane Toys can put out a decent figure at a 22.99 price point, I mean, there should be no excuse for Marvel Legends to be going with that new Spider-Man for $50. That's insane. Whoever's backing and supporting that is part of the problem. That's why this market, with the toy collectors and whatever you collect, that statues or whatever, the materials, it still falls under that. And Hasbro and the consumers are being ripped off because they're just giving us whatever they feel that is better, but they're giving us smaller figures, but they're giving us bigger boxes. And it sucks because it's like, well, I don't need this big box. They're making them smaller. The quality is getting cheaper. It's getting more hollow. And then you have a big box. So technically, they're just trying to sell you not empty, but a box. Like a bag of chips that probably 25% is chips, and then the other the other 75 is just air. It's like, yo, what's up? Like the same thing. Now, that covers that on that aspect of Hasbro. Now let's jump into Marvel and talk about this. This whole movie, Captain America: Brave New World, I haven't seen it. I'm not interested. I don't know if I'm going to see it honestly anytime soon. I'm not interested in it. Eventually, I might see instead of positive. And honestly, I'm not surprised. Honestly, after Endgame, I've lost all interest when it comes to what Marvel is putting out. I barely watched Loki, the first season. I didn't see the second season. I saw WandaVision. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't interested in it. And at the end, it was just a whole. That's it. Thunderbolts is coming up. I'm not interested in that either. It literally looks like a ripoff of Suicide Squad, of what David Ayer gave us. I know it's not the Ayer cut, but it's still that theatrical version, if you want to say, and what James Gunn gave us with like comedy and they're trying to be like whatever they are, soldiers. I don't know whatever the movie is, but to really want to see it like that. Marvel has been dropping. They haven't been doing and putting out good films for a while, honestly, and it's a shame, because look, I enjoyed the old MCU before everything ended at Endgame. After Endgame, they should have just called it and said we're done. I get that they're setting up for Secret Wars. That's probably, I think it's sometime next year, right? Um, I'm excited for that. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm excited for Secret Wars. I want to see what they're gonna do with that, how they're gonna set things up and stuff like that. So I just want to see what's going to happen in that aspect. Like all these individual projects they're doing right now and these team ups and stuff. I'm just not interested. I really am not. But again, if something does get my attention, I'm gonna be there day one, probably the night before to go see it. But I'm just not interested in these two movies right now. Thunderbolts and Captain America. I keep hearing mixed reactions to it, but I see and hear more negative than there is positive to it. And a lot of people are saying that it's very mid. So with that being said, I mean that pretty much tells me everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm not in a rush to go see it, honestly. To this day, look, till this day, I still haven't seen Aquaman 2, and I'm not really interested in it, honestly, because it just doesn't catch my attention. So now let's jump into DC. Let's just jump into DC because DC is a hot topic right now, and everybody is waiting for tomorrow with that announcement. And like I said, if you saw the stream yesterday and I was spitting facts 100%, like I just had to say it how it was, because enough sugarcoating. We have to get to the point and talk about this. Look, this whole thing with James Gunn is not going to work. It's not working. It's not working right now. What makes some of the fans think that it's going to work by the end that we reach Superman in July? This is all just what do you call it? A distraction from the studio, WB, and of course with James Gunn. It's crazy, it really is. And look, now that you bring up this, I see the comments. I'm trying to keep up with them and stuff like that. This is interesting. You brought this up. I was about to talk about it. I brought it up yesterday. We don't want to see a DC and Marvel crossover in live action. No, and apparently there's a rumor going around. Let me see if I could get this because I know I took a screenshot of it, and it blew my mind when I saw that. Look, here it is. I got it, but I can't share it with y'all because I didn't upload it. Whatever. I'm gonna share it with y'all, but apparently, all right, this is coming from Comic Book Resource. All right, that's the source, and apparently the source is Heidi MacDonald. I don't know who that is. But look, just so y'all can see, for the first time in 20 years, Marvel and DC's epic crossover is official. What is coming from that? I have no clue. Now, imagine, let's just speculate, my friends. Let's just speculate. Tomorrow's announcement. You imagine that James Gunn just goes and say, hey, we're going to be doing a crossover with Marvel. That's it. I'm telling y'all. You imagine, how would your reactions be if you hear that tomorrow? And then this came out yesterday, apparently, that it was breaking news. I mean, as a fan, I'm gonna take it as, oh no, this is exactly what they were planning years ago. And honestly, don't be surprised if that does get announced. Or they just make some type of like marketing announcement for Superman or whatever it is. I'm just telling y'all, don't have high hopes for tomorrow. That's it. When we see and hear whatever that announcement is that they're going to be putting out, let it be for whatever reason it's going to be, honestly. Um a lot of people are they're excited. There's all type of emotions everywhere right now. I've been seeing and reading comments left and right. Some are so aggressive, some are just so chill, and some are just like me. We don't care anymore, honestly. We know what we're fighting for, and we're not going to stop. In due time, we will get what they took away from us, which was the whole Snyderverse. All right. I'll get into details with that and stuff like that. So it's crazy, Yeah, it's just at the rate that DC is right now, it's completely crazy, The Gungoons triggered that Zach fans aren't phased by the picture of them together. Exactly. I agree with you, Ray. That is true. They are completely triggered that we're not buying it. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. We are not the same. That's why I made that video. I had to make that video. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to watch it. I just uploaded like within the past hour and a half or whatever, and it's wild. The views are already going up. That's insane. I appreciate y'all for watching it. Make sure to share it and all that good stuff because it has to be addressed. Honestly, it has to. Ariana, what's up? Appreciate you for watching. As always, yes, yes, for sure. Restore the Snyderverse. You know it. Comments as we go down. Both are filmmakers. They know each other, and Zach was probably in town, and James showed him a cut of the movie. Who knows? I mean, everything's just right now speculation. Nobody knows for sure what it could be, but at the same time, like I said, it's too much things that are out there right now, and we don't know. We don't want no damn crossover for sure. We really don't need that, honestly. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting tomorrow to see what they're gonna be putting. Like let's be real. Not long ago, when James Gunn was asked about that, like how do you feel about a crossover? He was like, he's down. Even Chris Pratt said it. Like it just tells you and it shows you, where they're standing and what the plan is. Eventually, they want to do a crossover. All right, don't be surprised about that. After probably whatever that's coming up with Secret Wars and X-Men and all that, they're probably gonna get into it and stuff. So who knows? But a lot of us do not want that crossover to happen. We just want DC to beat DC and let Marvel beat Marvel, and that's all it is. Honestly, in the comics, do whatever you want. In the cartoons, do whatever you want. In the video games, do whatever you want. But live action, don't do it. Keep it separate. Don't put them together, and just keep it separate. It's completely crazy. This Hulk looks similar. Yeah, that there's a picture that just went up today. That black and white picture of what is it? James Gunn's Superman with Lex Luthor. I'm gonna be honest with you. That straight up gave me vibes of a Pitbull music video. That's what I thought when I saw that picture. I was like, oh, okay, Pitbull's doing another music video. Oh no, that's Nicholas Holt, Lex Luthor for the upcoming Superman. Terrible, honestly. It's that's where it's at. Yes, restore the Snyderverse. You know it. That's exactly what we are fighting for, and in due time we will get it. All right, let's see. All right, don't support anything MCU. They make joke fest and like the serious tone of the comics that Zach respected because Zach didn't make MCU like movies. He got screwed over. MCU has ruined all films. Yeah, exactly. I get that point. I mean, I'm also a Marvel fan, like I said. I like some of their characters and stuff. It doesn't mean I fully support everything that they do and whatever they put out because there's a bunch of movies that I haven't seen. It's just from the top of my head, I haven't seen Doctor Strange, just not interested in him. The Hulk, I'm not interested in that character. That's why I'm not interested in seeing in any rush this new Captain America. I'm like, all right, what y'all doing? A variant Hulk? That's it. All I see is that they're just trying to set up everything for Secret Wars. And like I said, I haven't read the comics. I'm not familiar with it. I've just seen the art and stuff. It's pretty cool and stuff. But this is just me speculating. What I see that they're trying to set up and build up for Secret Wars is that they're going to have variants of different, from the What If, the new one, with this dude, what's his name, the Falcon dude, and then the old one, Steve Rogers. So they're gonna have probably three of everybody. Three, what you call it, Wolverines. Of course, you're gonna have X-23 and all that stuff. They're probably gonna do other characters. They're just gonna build something so massive. So it is what it is when it comes to that side of whatever they're working on and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. Like we're just not interested in that, and that's what the whole thing with James Gunn is. Like he's turned this company DC into a Marvel. I want to say 3.0, because why do I say 3.0? When we had Joss Whedon, that was a Marvel version of the Justice League. All right, so that was pretty much, I want to say that was the 2.0 already. And then now with James Gunn, of course, with what do you call it, when he started with the Suicide Squad. I mean, the tone and everything shifted. Peacemaker, all that stuff. It just started getting more and more like cheesy and raunchy, and a comedy, a Marvel ripoff. So that's a Marvel 3.0. I mean 2.5. And now that James Gunn is in full control, he's doing everything he's doing. It's pretty much the MCU Marvel 3.0. It's just look at where they're at right now. DC has completely become Marvel, and the Marvel formula hasn't been working for them, and they finally have seen and probably learned that it's best not to do that. That's why like I don't think that James Gunn is going to do anything with Zack Snyder and that announcement for tomorrow, but he's just trying to use like clickbait, the picture, literally, so he can get attention of everybody. And that's what it's working, because everybody's talking about it right now. Everybody knows that they're friends. I mean, this entertainment business, like people are just gonna take pictures with each other. I mean, that's what it is. That doesn't confirm anything, that doesn't confirm anything, and it's just it's kind of disappointing to see where DC is at right now, because for the 10 plus years they've been trying to be like Marvel, and it hasn't worked. If you don't get it and it doesn't work in a 2 year span, something is wrong. And of course, what DC has been, they've always been doing is trying to be like Marvel. And look at what it's costed them. Literally, they should have learned their lesson with Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey is a perfect example of what DC has become, like a Marvel movie, if you want to say that. I mean, Shazam. Shazam could have been good. The first one is better than the second one, yes, but it's just those stupid bits when you see that he's dancing and he's just so immature. I get it, he's supposed to be a grown kid or whatever, but they should have slowed that down a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't have to be like full comedy, and we already know how Zachary Levi is. Like this Zachary Levi cracks me up in the sense like yo, he literally screwed himself, because remember, he was straight up slobbering and glazing all over James Gunn, Peter Safran, David Zaslav, and this whole reboot. And where he's at now? Nowhere. You see what I'm saying? It didn't work for him. He glazed all over James Gunn, and he thought he was gonna get, I'm still gonna be what's his name, Shazam, in this reboot and stuff. And look at where he's at. Nowhere. James Gunn even came out and said that recently, that they don't even acknowledge him. So that tells you a lot, right? The same thing with Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is part of the DCEU because it still came in during that time, right after what is it? I think the Flash, and in between of Aquaman, but that flopped also. So you get what I'm saying? Like they're picking and choosing who's staying, who moves forward, and who doesn't. You see? So it is what it is, But it's pretty wild. It is pretty wild, honestly. All right, let me see. I'm just looking through the comments and stuff. I see y'all putting comments and stuff. Transformers fan page, what up? Appreciate you for watching. Also, sup? Nah, we're just here. We're just talking about all this good stuff. I spoke about a little bit of Transformers at the beginning of what we were talking and stuff, probably like in the first 10 minutes and stuff. So, here we are, just talking about Marvel and now DC. So, it's pretty wild where this company has gone into and stuff like that. So, all right, I know I saw a comment. Here it is. All right, yeah, my audio is messing up. It's just because of connection, honestly, which is weird, but it comes and goes. Just excuse me on that. I'm trying to, do the streams for y'all and things. So if it keeps on like coming back and forth, it's just I guess the platform, I guess, because everything else is working for me. So I mean, it's not a coincidence. All right, let's see. Black Adam wasn't great, but it wasn't the worst movie, and it made 380 million at the box office. Yeah, and it made it without China. That tells you a lot. Because remember, they had tried to play it out in China, and they for some reason they could not get it to play out there. Interesting, right? It's not a coincidence. They just don't want to admit that the DCU was profitable and it made them money. All right, let's see. Zachary Levi is a joke. Yeah, for sure. That I'm telling you, man, it's pretty wild to see that, and especially for this entertainment side, it's completely it's pretty wild. The only people who stay from the DCEU are Gunn's friends. Yeah, that's it. James Gunn's just keeping his family, his friends, and whoever straight up kiss that butt. You get what I'm saying? That's those are the only ones. Everybody else completely they're just like trying to get away from it and stuff like that. Um all right, so today we're not tolerating the trolls. So if you're gonna troll, I am first I'm giving you a warning, and second you're getting banned, and that's it. So I just banned one right now. You're welcome. You earned your free pass to being blocked. We're not putting with that up no more. All right, so yeah, Black Adam was awesome. Honestly, look, a lot of people don't like to give credit to what The Rock did, but I'm gonna be honest with you. At least The Rock did everything that he could within his power, and he was able to bring in Henry Cavill last minute. Let's give him that credit. Like congrats. Let's give him that credit because he did that for us. He knew what the fans wanted, and he was trying to give service to the fans. Now, probably, because of course, remember, Walter Hamada, James Gunn, they were the ones in charge, and we were in that transition of the Hamadaverse entering now and going over with James Gunn. That now we're in this whole mess that we're in and stuff like that. It's no surprise. It's completely no surprise, and the studio has allowed this. This is why I'm telling y'all, don't believe the lies of this studio. They've been lying to us for years, and every time that they back off is when we the fans come back down, and they're like, yo, the fans don't back down, and without us they're nothing, honestly. So it is it is what it is. We're gonna keep doing what we have to do, and that's it. All right, I didn't love Rebel Moon, but it was way more creative sci-fi fantasy than Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, that's cool. Rebel Moon is not for everybody, honestly. I loved it. I love the PG-13 version and the R-rated cut. To each their own. I mean, I enjoyed and I loved both of them. I like the second one more than the first one, but again, to each their own. And hey, but for sure it was better than Guardians of the Galaxy. That's for sure. All right, so let's see. Peter Safran must go after getting triggered that Affleck owns Bale. After triggered that Affleck. Oh yeah, that's right. That he had got triggered about that and stuff. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. He was all upset about that and stuff like that. So, all right, Black Adam is better than both Shazams, The Suicide Squad, and Birds of Prey. Yeah, that's true. Shit, Sam's. Yeah, that's true. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but it is. That's what's going on. What's up, Sergeant? Appreciate you for watching. Also, yes, we're here chatting. You already know it. All right, I love that you acknowledge The Rock's effort. What The Rock was trying to do was actually restore the Snyderverse, and there is this false narrative He heard DC movies. BS. The Rock really tried for you. Yeah, he did. That's why I say we have to acknowledge what The Rock did. Above him, of course, you have executive people, whoever is, above him. So he's gonna do what he could, and he did it. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And let's not forget, let's go back to that moment, people. We were all excited because even Henry Cavill had announced and say, he went publicly on Instagram and he announced it that he was back. He canceled Netflix, with The Witcher and stuff like that because he was dedicated. He's like, look, I'm coming back to reprise the role of Superman. And what did the studio do? They also announced it. So they built all this excitement. They built all this fan engagement. And in the end, what happened, people? They turned their backs on us. This is why I'm telling you, don't buy the lies of the studio. But at the same time, who's in charge while all of this is going on? Who's making these decisions? Who's approving and who's cutting the decisions? That's right, James Gunn. So if James Gunn is cutting and not allowing these things to happen, why should we continue to support this studio? And why should we continue to support, or let me rephrase that, why should we even support James Gunn? And it saddens me when I see some fans like, oh yeah, I don't mind Zack Snyder's back, let him work with James Gunn, and we're gonna get the Snyderverse restored. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't, because if it would work, it would have worked with the Hamada verse like that. Zack Snyder was there, Walter Hamada was there, Walter Hamada was there, Ann Sarnoff was there, Toby Emmerich was there, and also James Gunn was in the background lurking. So what happened? You see what I'm saying? Are we still gonna believe their lies? I mean, they've screwed us. They've screwed us so much that at this point we're just not buying it. That's why I tell y'all, don't buy it. Don't seriously. While it's closed, that's it. I told y'all for a while. If you've been following me, to everybody that's been following me, you know since the beginning that I've been talking about it, that I said it, that there's a war coming. It's going to be an invisible war. The DCEU versus the DCU. You're talking about the old DC versus a reboot of the same company. And that's exactly where we're at right now. This war started a while ago. And I told you, and I'm telling you, and I'm reminding you again, as we get closer to Superman in July, we're barely in February. What's going to happen? That it's going to get worse. That's what I'm telling you. It's just going to get worse. And we have to keep on fighting and not giving up, because if we give up, they win. That's it, you know? And we can't allow that to happen. We have to seriously keep staying together, united, so we can win this, situation and whatever it is that we're going and stuff like that. But in due time, we're going to get what we have been fighting for. And we just have to be patient. That's all. The Snyder Cut didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen over a year. It didn't happen over 2 or 3 years. It was almost 5 years, but we finally have it. That's the same thing with this whole thing that we're doing. We have to stay focused. And every time as we get closer to Superman, they're gonna keep on coming up with more, propaganda, if you want to call it. They're gonna come out and say, hey, we have an announcement. Hey, this is what we're doing. Hey, because they just want us to go and watch Superman. WB knows that people are not going to watch Superman. They know it. They know it. Their marketing is bad, and they know completely that is just it's not working. They're doing a reboot that nobody asked for, and it's completely down the drain. They know that they need Zack Snyder. They know it. The studio knows it. James Gunn knows it. Those executives, those investors, everybody knows it. Look at how Wall Street is. It's already proven without Zack Snyder, everything at DC is down the drain when it comes to the live action. How come with James Gunn nothing has been able to make money? And then when the stocks go up, this is the funny part that I enjoy the most about the James Gunn fans. Oh, but the numbers went up. Oh, they went up. What, a few cents? Maybe a few dollars? That's it, maybe? Why isn't it in the high hundreds? How come it's not in the high 20s, 30s? It's not. It hasn't been for a while. How come Netflix is making money? See what I'm saying? It's a big difference. Oh, Rebel Moon was a disaster. No, it wasn't. To you, it was, but that's not what the numbers say, because Netflix invested money. They did two versions. for each film. You have the regular version, and then you got the R-rated. So why would they invest money into that? See what I'm saying? They're making money over there, and that's what WB wants. WB wishes that they could have the money that Netflix is making right now, but they brought this upon themselves. Nothing with James Gunn is working. Then they have to create all this fake views that people are watching, and in reality, they're not really watching it. You know, it just tells you, it just completely tells you where things are at the moment. You know, WB needs Zack Snyder. That's why they're bringing him to do that 300 prequel. Maybe Zack was on the lot and then just happened to come across. Probably he got out of a meeting, and James Gunn, of course, because James Gunn is the head of DC Studios, so he was just probably walking around and he came across him. Hey, Zach, what's up? Oh, let's take a picture. You know, like, and let's put this on the internet. Zach's not gonna be like, no, I don't want a picture. He's just gonna be cool and be like, all right, whatever, you know. And that's what happens. That's why I spoke about in that live stream yesterday. Um, you can come across somebody at an airport, at a bus stop, at a train station. Hell, you can come across somebody in a grocery store, in a store, wherever. How many times don't we see that all the time? You see in Hollywood, of course, because it's Hollywood in California, and you see celebrities out and about. You know, you see them in Florida on the beach, riding around. People are taking pictures with them. Hey, can I get a picture with you? Get a selfie? Yeah, cool. All right, cool. In the mall, that's the same thing. You can probably come across James Gunn. One of y'all probably gonna come across James Gunn in real life somewhere in a comic store, I guess. I don't know. And then you're gonna take a picture with him. Does that mean that James Gunn is your friend? Does it mean that you and James Gunn are working on something? No, right? It's just a random picture that you just threw. So that's the same thing with Zach and with James Gunn. It just happened to come across him. Hey, let's take a picture. And now the internet's talking. It hasn't stopped talking for the past 3 days. And especially tomorrow, Monday, everybody's waiting to see what that announcement is. But I'm telling y'all, don't have your hopes too high because apparently it's not going to be a big announcement. From what Grace Randolph said, look, one thing about Grace Randolph, all right? She's a scooper. She does know what's going on. She was pretty much most of the time on point because, of course, she was friends with them. But once that came to an end, she no longer has that plug in there. And notice that she's called out the James Gunn fans. And apparently, James Gunn called her out one time on Twitter, X. And there's no business relationship there. So probably, and you got to also remember in this industry, things change on a daily basis. You could probably be in a meeting today, I'm just putting an example because it happens. You could be in a meeting, right? Anywhere. It could be at work, it would be whatever. And then all of a sudden they say one thing, a couple of hours or probably less, they're like, hey, things have changed. They're no longer what it's going to be, and whatever it is and stuff like that. So it's understandable. It is what it is, but we just have to stick together and we can't believe these lies. Um, it just gets to the point where, like, what do we do? Simple. We just have to be united like we were with the Snyder Cut. With the Snyder Cut, we were all working in unity, honestly. And the problem that we have today is, and I'm gonna say it, like, again, I'm gonna crush feelings, but I have to say what I have to say. I don't like biting my tongue. If we're gonna say and fix something, it has to be addressed. As a community, we need to stop with the bad. We do not need 1,000 hashtags. Just stick to that one hashtag. That's it. Restore the Snyderverse. That's it. That's why you don't see that I use LE. When we slow down with that and just stick to the main goal, restore the Snyderverse, that one goal is going to get more traction, more attention, more noise. Everything is just going to be with that one. And everything that you type will pop up with that. That's how these hashtags work. But when you have restore Snyderverse and then you have 1,000 hashtags under that, it's like, yo, like you're just confusing the audience because all right, which one do I follow? Which one do I go with? Which one's the one that you guys are really after? But I thought it was this one, but I thought it was that one. But now this one has completely mutated into this other hashtag. Now this one's completely a hybrid of that hashtag because that's what it's become. It's literally a battle of hashtags now. And we don't need that. Everybody wants a hashtag. I get it. But no, let's just stick to restore the Snyderverse. That's it. At least on my part, on my videos, on this channel, that's what you're gonna get. Restore the Snyderverse. You're not gonna see me going off topic because everybody knows Snyderverse. Release the air cut falls into the Snyderverse. You get what I'm saying? Sell Zack Snyder's Justice League to Netflix. You see what I'm saying? It gets more confusing. People are gonna be scratching their heads. They're gonna be like, all right, so which one do I really go with? See what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. Just stick to Restore Snyderverse. That's it. It's easy. Why change what's already been established? See what I'm saying? That's why we need to stay in network when it comes to that. And that's what, like the studio knows. The studio sees that. They hear us, they see us. You imagine that every day they'll have to log in at work and then they log in and they're tagged. Oh, what's going on now? Oh, Restore Snyderverse. Oh, here we go again. Exactly. That's the whole point. We have to do that. That's how we did with release the Snyder Cut. And Zack said it in an interview himself. He said it was fast because of the fan demand. When you have a fan demand and they're asking you, this is what we want, then you have to give it to them. And that's what we need to do. Putting the pressure upon the studio in a good way, not in a rude way. Anybody that does it rude is not one of us because they're just trying to make us look bad. That's it. We respectfully will call them, email them, send them a message, whatever it is, and just tell them what we want. Once we tell them, hey, restore Snyderverse, that's it. See what I'm saying? It's like, that's it. That's all we need. That's all. They're going to get the message. They are going to get that message. And they've already seen it. They're hearing it. I'm probably sure that they're already tired of seeing it. But again, we will stop at nothing. We cannot stop. That's what they want us to do, you know? And it's just completely wild, but it is what it is. Mention real quick. I'm seeing us very soon. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I mean, I've tried contacting other people too, and nothing is coming through. So there's so much that I could do. So if you guys have anybody you want to see me team up or be on their channel, let them know. I'm down. I'm at that point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not even reaching out anymore because they don't respond to me. They don't reply to me, and then they give me the okay, maybe some other time. All right, you want to do it or not? That's it. Like, I'm a straightforward person. I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt. You get what I'm saying? So some people just don't want to network, but it is what it is. Just going back to the topic and stuff that we're talking about. It's exactly, Shane. Hold on, let me see. Yep. Real fans are kind, supportive, and passionate. We have to be like that. We're not the same. That's the thing. We have to be like that. We're not the same. That's the title with that title. We are not the same. You can't compare the Snyderverse community to the community with James Gunn. We're just not built the same. We are not. And like it just shows, and it shows who they are and where they stand because it's crazy. It's crazy. The audio issue is probably because of the connection. Like I said, it comes and goes. So if you guys are hearing me, that it probably fades and it comes and goes. No, my mic is real good. Like I have a real professional mic and stuff. It's just the internet connection. Like I said, pardon me on that and stuff. So if you guys hear me bad, it's just the connection that's pretty bad with right now with this with the app and stuff. It could be a lot of people are on it and stuff like that. Um, Wait, give me 1 second. But yeah, so in the end, what we need to do is just together keep on demanding what we want. We want Man of Steel 2, Wonder Woman 3, Ben Affleck's Batman, Justice League 2 and 3, and whatever else was going to come from that. And of course, the air cut, because we want to see the true final vision that David Ayer had in Suicide Squad. And from whatever they want to go off of that, so be it. We want more from that and stuff like that. Do I have MediaCom? I don't even know what MediaCom is. I'll have to look into it and stuff. Yeah, I had to check that out and stuff like that. MediaCom. All right, I have to check that out. To see what that's about, honestly. You know what? You got my attention. Let me see into this real quick. That's why I said Comcast is a huge network. So yeah, they're pretty massive down here in the Florida area. All right, let's see. Shane, again, I haven't seen my bad on that, man. I haven't seen any info on that. But I did hear something about what the one with James Gunn is trying to do. Apparently they're gonna try to do something that's gonna be more adult theme. So that tells you everything. But no, the one with David Goyer, I haven't looked into that, man, honestly. You know what? Let me make a note so I don't forget. I'm gonna make a note right now as we're here talking and stuff. Let me make a note. Look into lanterns where. All right. I made a note on that. I'm gonna try to do my research and stuff like that. All right, cool. Nice, nice. You're in North Florida? Cool, cool. Yeah, man, it's good to see more Florida fans out here. We need that. It's crazy, like let me check this comment out real quick. I love the Snyderverse movement. I just want to stress the fight is bigger because MCU's influence is all over, like in Transformers 1. It's hurting. It hurts film. Snyder's serious tone should dominate, not the MCU. Exactly. Look, that's a good point you're saying. The whole Marvel formula, that MCU influence is on everything. I spoke about that also last night on the stream. I know it's not up. I took it down, like I said, because it was just a little bit too hardcore in the sense, it was a little too strong with the foul language, if you want to say. But if you saw the stream, you know what I'm talking about. But not everything has to be the Marvel formula. You can be whatever movie. Sonic 3. What happens at the end? They have an end credit scene. Fast and the Furious, they have an end credit scene because it's setting up something for the next, installment, saga, whatever you want to call it. That's how the influence of Marvel is. That in every movie, and now DC has also completely copied them and doing that. And it's sad because not every movie needs a setup for the next one. And it's like, hey, just leave it as is. And if a sequel comes to it, so be it. But everybody wants to know the end credits movie. Oh, let's wait. Let's wait till the end credits because we're probably gonna see what they're gonna set up. And then at the end, you see the whole thing. You're like, the credits are done, the lights came on, everybody's gone, and you're like, oh, people are right now because again, the propaganda and the influence of Marvel has completely flushed the mentalities of everybody. So everybody's thinking there's an end credit scene, and there really isn't. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is, I guess. But at the same time, we can't always expect that every movie in the industry is going to be like Marvel, and they're trying to set something up. So I mean, it is what it is, but you know, I don't know. Honestly, Transformers One was great, and it sucks that people complain about not getting good movies anymore and then not supporting Transformers One in cinemas. Laughing out loud, a real contradiction. All right, look, now that you brought that up, all right, I saw Transformers One. Did I enjoy it? It was all right. I enjoyed it. That was a fun movie. Is it something that I want to keep on seeing as a fan? No. What they should do with that is just wait. All right, this is how you fix the problem with Transformers right now. All right. So if anybody from Hasbro has a plug or anybody's listening, let me tell you what you need to do. You have Paramount Plus. Put everything of Transformers 1 on Paramount Plus. That's it. Go straight to digital. And you could get subscribers and whatever. Now, when it comes to the cinematic universe, keep that going with live action. what you've done with Rise of the Beast, the Bayformers, Bumblebee. Keep all that live action and keep it like how Michael Bay had, because it worked. In the theaters, it made money. Transformers 1 proved now that fans don't want that. This isn't a Disney movie. Put that on your streaming platform and leave it as is. You could win both ways. You could win, online, digital, whatever you want to call it, streaming, and you can still make money at the box office with live action movies. And none of these two movies have to connect. They could be their own thing on a separate universe, whatever timeline you want to do. And that's it. That's the same thing what they need to do with DC. Marvel's been doing that. They're crushing it. Everything is right there. That's what they need to do. The same thing with this, with the Transformers brand. And what what Transformers has become, it's completely bad. Like, and you can't blame Michael Bay. I'm tired of people blaming Michael Bay. You cannot blame the director for putting what all these executives and producers and whoever wants is authorizing it. You just can't. But I get it, he's the director. But at the same time, as a director, if you're given a script and you go over it, but they want you to knock this project out within 6 months, but this movie is going to take minimum 8 months to film, to make, to do everything, it's impossible. So you're gonna have to work with what you have. I give credit to Michael Bay because he did what he could with The Last Night. It's not the best, but I was rewatching it the other day and I stopped probably halfway, an hour into it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you pay real close attention to that movie, it really connects and it's opening the door to something different within that whole universe of what Michael Bay was doing. It's setting something new because, of course, it's going to bring in Unicron. I get it. It's not connected to what the real source material is. But why should everything be connected to the real source material? Sometimes it's better to have original stuff, but you still get these characters. Transformers 1 is it proved to you. There you go. You want to see something new. You want to see something different. You want to see something new. You want to see something different. It didn't work. That's it. Let's move on from it. It worked with Michael Bay. People were watching movies, spending money on tickets, popcorn, drinks, all that stuff. Everybody was winning. The fans were getting entertainment, the theaters were making money, and of course, the studio was making money. They turned their back on the live action. They did what they wanted to do. They've already done 3 reboots. Bumblebee was a soft reboot, Rise of the Beast was a reboot, and Transformers 1 was a reboot. At this point, 3 strikes, you're out. Restore the Bayverse. That's it. That's what they need to do. That's exactly what they need to do. All right, so let's see. Yeah, Marvel isn't doing well either. Yeah, they're not. Marvel, like I said, after Endgame, it's completely gone down the drain. And look where they're at right now. It's no surprise. They've been doing this for a while, but at the same time, they've connected everything, but at the same time, things are not connected because they're trying too much. They're doing too much. They're trying to open too much portals, too much timelines. It's getting out of control. It really is getting out of control. Perfect example was Deadpool. The only reason why Deadpool, what is it, Deadpool 3 with Wolverine made so much money is because they brought in the nostalgia. They brought in old actors from the old previous films and they completed and they concluded every character's whatever. They just finished everything properly. They rushed it, but they got to the point. So you have that audience, and then you have the new audience. So and then you're setting up for the upcoming audience. So it's catering to everybody. And at the same time, they really marketed Deadpool 3 like crazy. You saw that everywhere. And you can't say the same thing with DC. DC tried promoting the Batman everywhere in your pizza, with Little Caesars, and and that still didn't work. Like everywhere you would see, it was just heavy marketing. They were trying to force it down your throat. Now with Superman, it's the opposite. They're not promoting it as they were with the Batman. Of course, because they've already used their resources. All that money that they used on the Flash, they used on Blue Beetle, that they used on whatever other projects, it just didn't make them the money. And then sure, they made money with Dune, I think with Dune 2 and with Barbie, um over $1 billion. Good. But you have to also remember they're more in the negative. So all that money that they made, they lost it. So it helps, but it hurts them at the same time. But you're not fully making that money because you have to pay this, you have to pay that. So it's a battle that it just comes and goes with it. Hey, I agree. I'm tired of fans saying Transformers was ruined because of Michael Bay. They had great action scenes and scores. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. You know the music. I listen to the score all the time from all of the movies of the live action from Michael Bay, and nothing has been able to top that. Nothing, and it's wild. Rise of the Beast. Like the music is also awesome. The action is amazing, but when Michael Bay was there, it was just something about it that it was just like, man, like it's crazy, it really is. But again, they need to bring that back. They need to. um all right. How often do I restart my modem? I restarted it earlier today, so it's just, I guess, the service on this platform, because everything else is working fine for me. It's just this platform that's right now all of a sudden acting up. At least today is working. Yesterday it wasn't working. So it's not my internet. It's this platform that I'm on, StreamYard. Probably everybody's streaming today. I don't know. So that tends to slow down their servers and things. So it's just like being on PlayStation. When you have so many people on the servers, it slows down and stuff like that. So it happens. Michael Bay is like Zack Snyder, a visionary who knows how to make great films folks love. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's why I really enjoy what Zack Snyder has done, and I enjoy what Michael Bay gave us with the Transformers. And once I saw the first Transformers back in 2007, that brought me even more to fall in love with the brand of Transformers, and it really helped me to start my collection with it because it was just something about the designs and things like that. The same thing with Zack Snyder. What Zack Snyder did with Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel, and everything after that, I'm like, whoa, like I really love that. I love that vision. A lot of people don't understand that, but it's wild, like you just can't please every fan. You just really cannot please the fans a lot. But sometimes this is what happens. What I've done, hell yeah, that's iconic. What I've done in 2007, that Transformers, of course. What Linkin Park was doing with Transformers, and then what we got with Transformers 4 with Imagine Dragons. I mean, that was just awesome. Like it's completely amazing to see how all of that was going, and it was just quality. Honestly, it was just quality, and that's something that you can't please directors. And if they do it, they'll go back again. But what can we do? It's just we have to keep on letting them know what we like and what we enjoy and stuff like that. So I mean, it is what it is when it comes to that aspect. All right, G1 Hummers hate the Transformer movie design when they were awesome in detail. Yeah, look, those designs from Michael Bay are just amazing. They really are, and that's what it would be if it was today. Let's just say that we had an alien invasion of Transformers. You think they're gonna look like they look like in the cartoons? No, they're gonna look just like what we see with Michael Bay. They're gonna be all ridiculous and I mean, they're aliens. That's what they are, like, like I don't care that they look like boxes. That works in the cartoons. It doesn't work in live action, and it happens. It just completely happens. Um, No, that's cool. That's cool. The female tie-in. I get your point. You didn't like the Bayverse. That's understandable. It's not for everybody. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Hey, you're not a real Transformers fan because you don't like it." I mean, it's not for everybody. But the first movie was good. But to me, all of them were good. With all the way to the last night, it's just awesome. What they did with the story in the last night was completely bad. Like, who allowed this to happen? Like I don't know, but What can we do? I guess, hopefully one day we'll get the last Transformers to give a proper closure to the last night, because I want to see Unicron in live action, not what we saw in Rise of the Beast. And even there it sucked, because it's like, yo, I wanted to see him fully transform and go against the same thing with Justice League with Darkseid, that awesomeness, and then not do anything with it. It just stays there up in the air. You just can't leave it. You have to do something with it. But maybe one day we'll be able to see everything. Um, yeah, you see, like that's dope. I get it. Soundwave as a satellite was awesome, rather than a cassette player. Exactly, it works on both, because I love the design that we saw in what is it the second movie when we see Soundwave, and then the third one. But then when you see in Bumblebee, I love that design also, and that's G1. I was like, okay, you got my attention on both of them. So I like both versions. They look dope, but it's just what they did with it is like, yeah, I mean, it could have been something different and stuff like that. All right, let's see. By the way, Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast is a new universe. Bumblebee set the new universe with Rise of the Beast continuing it, and you could argue Transformers One being a part of it, since it's a prequel. Oh, okay. So Transformers One was a prequel. I thought it was just a cartoon that was its own thing. I had no idea, and I thought that what's his name, the main guy is always producing these movies, that he said it was gonna be his own thing. Probably they changed. I mean, again, it's a mess with all these executives. It's just sometimes like, come on, get it together, people. With the studio, get it together. What's so hard? You have all these characters, you have all these elements right before you. Just put the puzzle together with all the pieces that are before you. But yeah, I know he didn't want to do Transformers 4 and wanted to just be a producer and hand off to a new director, but the studio forced him to stay. Yeah, I know it went all the way to the fifth one. But like, yeah, I know he was supposed to stop at it, but man, he did good work. Transformers 4 is underrated, honestly. I feel that that's the most underrated out of all of them in the whole, Bayverse. I enjoyed that one, and when I saw the Dinobots come onto the screen, I was like, this is what we needed, finally. And they cut a lot of stuff too from that movie, if you knew, because the Dinobots, they were supposed to all combine. They were supposed to do volcanic, what is it, volcanicus or something like that. When all the Dinobots combine and stuff like that, but they cut that off. And if you see, the merchandise, like I have all the collection of the figures and stuff, the Dinobots, and then the Stegosaurus, Snarl, I think. They cut a few of them, and all we got at the end was like, I think those four or five Dinobots that they put, which I'm not mad about. But they were, and then the other one too, that's like a raptor. I can't remember his name right now. Yeah, they cut a few of the characters out. So, and apparently that was a something that happened with the studio, that it was just too expensive, and the rendering and things like that. So it happens. What can we do and stuff like that. All right, let's see. I'm enjoying the questions. I'm really enjoying it. I understand the confusion. Transformers 1 takes place on Cybertron before it was destroyed. Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast takes place after. Okay, that's cool. That's understandable. I think it's a much better universe already than Bayverse. I mean, it's cool what they did. I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy it, because I did enjoy it, honestly. Transformers 1, not so much. Just, I don't know. It was just something. I just felt that it was just too kiddie-ish for me, and I get I guess because the designs of the faces, I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't convinced. And but what they did with it, all right, cool. That was enjoyable. I only seen that movie one time. Will I see it again? Probably. Hey, it's on. Might as well just watch it. You get what I'm saying? But for me to be like, hey, I really want to go out and see it again, not really. Like, I'll go and rewatch Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast. I saw Rise of the Beast probably like 4 times. Bumblebee, I probably saw like 3 times. And of course, the Bayverse, like, I'll do a whole marathon on that. Like, just the other day, like I said, it's just they're so long, but they're so entertaining. It's like, wow, it's just the attention to detail that they put into these films. It's incredible. It's the same thing like how we see with Zack Snyder and Justice League, a 4-hour movie, 4 hours to sit there and watch it. first you have to clear your schedule just to watch it, and second, you have to like literally take breaks because it's just so long, 4 hours. But when you watch it and it's finally over, you're like, I want more. Like I want to see Darkseid go up against all these heroes. The same thing with the Transformers. I want to see all these Transformers, all these Autobots, Decepticons, Maximals, Predacons, everybody Unicron. And that was something that Bay was building up to. And it sucks that it's like they leave it on a cliffhanger. The same thing like DC. They leave Darkseid on a cliffhanger. He's literally looking at the Justice League, but they never face off. But Marvel did that right because they faced off, the Avengers faced off not Darkseid, Thanos. And it's like, yo, why can't these studios do the same? And they have iconic characters. It's like, what's so hard to make that happen? I don't get it. Like I really don't get that. Like it's nuts. It really is nuts. But I guess what can we do? Transformers 4 gave us Optimus, cool designs, but but we'll never see that design anymore. Yeah, that sucks. I'll tell you where we can't see that at Universal Studios because it's gonna be at the ride. It's awesome when you see the Optimus Prime up there when you look up. So that's amazing. I'm fine with it because it kind of made them look more humanoid, which takes away the meaning of Transformers. I mean, again, like I can say the same thing about Transformers One. Look at the faces on them. I mean, they straight up look like humans, and I'm like, okay, like that's why I wasn't convinced. I'm like, they're too much like a human. And I get it when Optimus is talking with in the Bayverse. I don't even like how he talks. I'm like, just put your mouth guard again. The same thing with Ironhide and all these characters with their lips. I'm like, come on, they don't need the lips. Just put the face cover on them. That's it. Like, but whatever. It's just a design thing, I guess. So fair enough. You see, why can't a lot of fans be like that? It's okay. We can still agree while disagreeing. Fair enough. Kudos to you. Let's give props to the female Titan today, honestly, because that has to be recognized. Like as fans, we need to start doing that more. Hey, look, I don't agree with you, but like we can disagree while still agree on something. So that's what that is with that. I appreciate that. I will never forget the first time I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. I was in high school, had nothing to do all day, and watched it all the way through. I'm still planning on seeing Justice is Gray. You know what? I still haven't even seen the gray version, just because I enjoy more of the color. I'll probably watch it eventually, but I'm sure it's the same. It's good. It's just black and white. I just enjoy more movies with color and stuff like that. That's just me. That's just to my taste and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool to see more people interacting and talking about Transformer. As a fan, that to me it also makes me happy because look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Yes, I get it. I talk about a lot about DC and the whole Snyderverse and stuff like that. But I also love and I enjoy talking about Michael Bay, the Transformers, and the whole Transformers brand universe as it is, on whatever division, whether it's the toys, the movies, the show, whatever it is. That's what I like. What we do here in this channel, we talk about a little bit of everything, honestly. Um, yeah, that whole thing with Batman versus Superman Ultimate Edition, it still gives chills. And the music when you see that, man, it's just amazing. Honestly, it's just amazing how all of that stuff is going on. I want a live action Thundercats film. That would be nice. What I am excited, I'm looking forward to are two live action movies that I'm excited to see. And remember, in Voltron, I think we got Henry Cavill. He's gonna be in Voltron. I can't wait to see how these characters are going to be brought to real life. I remember when Ready Player One came out and they did that scene with the Gundam. Yo, me and my friend, look, I'm getting chills. If y'all can see it, I'm getting chills all over from head to toes. When we saw that scene with Mechagodzilla versus that Gundam, we lost it. We lost it in the theater. We were screaming, we were jumping for joy seeing that scene. And we're like, yo, yo, they need to make this in a live action. Hopefully, they do the same thing for Gundam and for Voltron. That's how I felt when I saw Transformers on the big screen, especially the Dinobots. My thing is the Dinobots. Like, I don't like the old ones. I just like what Michael Bay did with those designs and stuff. One, I love dinosaurs. Two, when they were like freaking the Michael Bay Transformers, I was like, yo, let's go. Like, I was like, yo, let's go. Cats. Hopefully, we'll be able to see that. If somebody picks up the rights to it, that would be dope. That would be awesome. That would be very entertaining. All right. But yeah, all right. So that's the time that I have for today. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, for watching, for subscribing, dropping the comments, all that good stuff. But I'm about to get going. I got a few things I gotta go do and stuff like that. Again, it's been fun. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. It's awesome to see everybody that's here talking, chatting, interacting, all that good stuff. It's always a good day, to chat and catch up with y'all. Let's see what tomorrow is is going to bring with that announcement. But like I said, don't have your hopes too high on it. It's probably just going to be some cheesy announcement that they're going to make. And, like I said, we can't trust the studio. Remember, we have to speak with our wallets, my friends. You have the power in your hand. Whether it's a credit card, cash, a tap to pay, whatever it is that you do, you have the power. Wallets closed. That's all we can do. This is how we win. Eventually, in due time, we will get it. There's no stopping us. Restore the Snyderverse, restore the Bayverse, hit that subscribe, share the videos, turn that notification on, all that good stuff. Y'all have a good day, a good week, all that good stuff. And we'll probably catch up again tomorrow, after or before, when that announcement comes up with WB or DC, whatever, whoever wants to do it. But yeah, so I appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all stay safe. Thank y'all for watching. And until next time.